regime. Secondly, given that 40,000 crore rupees is the revenue outgo that you said on behalf of this new personal income tax regime, savings take a backseat with exemptions going. How would you encourage savings in the new personal income tax regime?
I will certainly ask the Revenue Secretary to come up with the list of exemptions which are part of this new scheme. But first let's understand as to what has been in our minds when we came up with the new scheme. The intention is to reduce the rates as much as to simplify the structure. We wanted to be sure that money is in the hands of the people by not paying a tax which they don't need to pay, in the sense the rate can be brought down where we can bring it down, particularly for the middle class and the lower middle class. We have brought the income tax down. So if you go by the way in which we organized the corporate rate tax cut, in September when the corporate tax was reduced, even there the pattern was similarly adopted. Those who want those exemptions and other things can continue with the old. And those who are looking for a simplified rate, a reduced rate, and a simple process could adopt the new. The same principle is in our minds when we designed this. Eventually, we want to bring the rates down and remove the complications that are there in the compliance. Too many exemptions, it's very difficult for the administrators to administer it. As much as too many exemptions, you need an expert to keep advising you as to how you plan your taxation. So we wanted to achieve two goals: make our intentions clear that we want to simplify the income tax process. We want to reduce the rates. So to achieve both, we have come up this year with a new scheme with very limited exemptions to it. Ideally, a new scheme without any exemptions would have been the best, but still, because there are some exemptions which are absolutely indispensable, and therefore we have brought in those exemptions to it and kept it at the minimum. Those who still want to have the benefit of those exemptions which they have been using for some years can remain in the old system. So we provided both with an intention that in the long run, we will be gradually able to remove all exemptions, and in India, your personal income tax, the entire framework should be simple and a very low rate without difficulties in compliance. With that said, I have also read out the examples of people who don't want any exemption in the old, don't want any exemption in the new. What will be the benefit? I've also given you in my speech example of, all right, some benefits in old and some benefits in new, what do you tend to benefit? The new scheme has been designed in such a way that you definitely benefit in terms of the money which is going to be remaining in your hand, having not to pay a higher income tax. With that said, I'll ask the Revenue Secretary to tell you which are those exemptions which are part of the new scheme now. With the reduced rate and with those few exemptions, what will be the benefit that anyone can get will be obvious from his answer. Revenue Secretary.